Hi guys, sorry for my squeaky chair. Give me just a second. I got to get everything squared away here. I actually didn't plan on going live today, but things kind of changed a little bit. So we're live. This is one where I'm pretty much, oh, this is not pre-recorded, just so y'all know. This is absolutely live and we're going to do it live and in color. What happened this time is that I wanted to go ahead and go live about something super random. I mean, y'all, you ever have those times where you have an absolute mind dump and then um so many things come into your brain that you just have to tell the world about it. Well, I had one of those days today. I had a mind dump day. So if this is your first time here, thank you so much. Welcome. If you're watching the replay, that's okay. Probably skip to like minute number 3 or 4 if you're watching the replay, because that's probably when I'm going to jump into the subject. But tonight we're talking about money mindset and are you ready for growth? Because these things matter, whether or not we want to agree with them. And also, if you're here, can you tell me if you can actually hear me, if the audio is good? I won't really know until somebody tells me. So I'm going to just sit here for a second. Wouldn't be the first time. I think I might be the only one here so far, but that's okay. I'm not tripping because I got a lot to say. All right, I just got to get myself on another device here just so I can see what's going on and make sure I got some audio. All right, we got audio. We're good. All right, we're about 2 minutes in so far. So like I said, if you are watching out of love, thank you. If you are watching out of hate, thank you too, baby, because you're giving us views and time and all that good stuff. So like I was saying today, I was thinking about a whole lot of stuff and I had a mind dump, and that's just what happens sometimes. It's about 9 something p.m. like Eastern Standard Time. Y'all know I'm an East Coaster now, no longer on the West Coast. Love you, but I had to say goodbye. So once you come in, let us know where you're from and all that good stuff. So in today's video, I'm really going to just kind of go in on like a continuation of what we talked about technically last week, but like a couple of days ago, where we were talking about what is your current mindset? Now, before I jump into that, I obviously need to introduce who I am. I am Victoria Langford. I am the credit solutionist. I'm the owner and founder of fixmyficonow.com and also PX Credit Solutions, where we help you secure your financial future today. So if you are someone that is looking to build your credit, restore your financial reputation, and get that process started, we are the people that you want to work with, okay? At this time, we're not taking new clients, but we will be doing that shortly. But if you do want to talk to me one-on-one, you can go with a consultation at this time, all right? So I think right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and get started with what we're going to talk about tonight. And hopefully somebody pops in and we can have a chat and a dialogue. I welcome people to chat, do all that good stuff. All right. So when it comes to this mindset thing, let's have a real conversation about this, because I know for a fact that from my last live, that I probably got at least 1 or 2 people to start thinking. And that's really what this channel is about. This channel is clearly about squeaky chairs, but it's also about getting you to think and getting you to open your mind and getting you to be receptive to having uncomfortable conversations, getting you to be ready to go into this next phase of your life. Because guess what? The person that you are today is not the person that you are going to need to be moving into the next phase of your life. All right. If nobody will tell you, if nobody loves you enough to look you in the eye and tell you that, believe me, the credit solutionist will do that. So in tonight's chat, or in tonight's live stream, y'all enjoy the mug with my name on it. What we're going to do tonight is I'm going to go through my outline, and it's going to be probably like about an hour, y'all. I don't know. We're going to see. But let's talk about your mindset, money, relationships, and how you relate to the world around you. As much as people do not think that this is something that is important, it is. Do you recognize growth opportunities in your life? When you see them, do you shy away? Do you lean into them? What do you do? I really want to know. And I want you to be honest with yourself. And hopefully at the end of this live, after we have this conversation, hopefully it's not a one-way conversation. Because if you're tuning in, watching from the shadows, whatever you're doing, I encourage you to have a dialogue. Like, even if you're the only one sitting here, have a dialogue, because I want to get real, and I want to have a real conversation right now. So today, a lot of things have been happening in my personal life, a lot of stuff that I'm not going to be super specific about. But a lot of things have happened in the last week that have really got me to thinking who I think I am as a person, who I know myself to be, and the perception that I have of other people. And the other thing that I've realized is those perceptions that I have of myself and the world around me directly affects how I treat the world around me and how I interact with it. Okay. So, what I want to talk about tonight is the stories that we tell ourselves. And that's going to kind of slide into a whole nother thing that just came to me. Y'all, I don't know if it was God or what. We're going to have a conversation about it. But I thought about the story that I tell myself about everything in my life. And this journey started for me years ago, because I started thinking about, what is my money mindset? What has my mindset been on everything? My health, my body, where I live, the friends I have, my family, the relationships that I've had in my life. What is my mindset? And what is the story that I have told myself about each and every one of these things in every moment of my life? And y'all, I gotta apologize because I'm gonna have some crazy facial expressions tonight. I'm gonna try not to say too much, but I want to be relatable too. So I'm gonna turn this question to you. What is your mindset for yourself? Right? Because we all have a story. We all have a story to tell. We all have this person, this superhero that we think we are in our life. But when we're sitting in our room by ourselves in the dark, if we're having a drink, if we're having some weed, some coke, whatever y'all get into, when you're in that moment by yourself, what is it that you're actually seeing? Who is the person that you truly see in the mirror? Because I'm almost not even. I'm very direct on this channel, and I'm very definite. I'm 100% sure the person that you see in the mirror is not the person that you are showing the world, baby. I know it's not. Because see, here's the thing. In the last couple of months, what I've had the privilege of doing, and even in the last few years, I've had the privilege of having these late night conversations with people, and they're having them with me. So this ain't one-sided. This is about everybody. In these late night conversations, what I start to see is that the people that have this super duper braggadocious kind of attitude on the outside, they're a completely different person when you get them in the dark. All right. They're different people, because the mindset that they truly have comes out when they're in those vulnerable moments. All right. It comes out when they're talking to somebody that they know and they trust and they love. All right. So what I want to talk about tonight is these mindsets that we have and who we truly are on an intrinsic level. I don't care who you're talking about or who you are on camera. I don't care who you are on your TikTok. I don't care who you are on your Instagram. We want to talk about who you are in the soul of your being tonight. All right. I'm going to tie it in with some credit. It's going to feel a little weird, but the thing is, whatever, dude, I don't care. I don't care. All right. It's a 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right. I can say what I want right now, as long as I don't cuss. All right. So what is the story that you're telling yourself? And I do have some notes here, so I apologize. But okay, I had a really bad story, and the story that I'm telling about myself is still a work in progress. I'm going to be real with y'all, because I go from thinking I can be this super successful business owner. I could be a super successful entrepreneur, which it does take a whole different personality to be an entrepreneur versus a business owner. I feel like they're two totally different things versus being a worker. I am still a worker, you guys. I am a compliance partner. I audit for HUD. Okay. If y'all didn't know that, yeah, your girl is pulling in income from all different directions. Okay. But what is my mindset around that? Is that a mindset of lack? Is it a mindset of I can have what I want? Is it a mindset of I just do it because I'm bored? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out right now. You know what I'm saying? And let me say hello to some people in the chat. Matt living the dream. Yeah, bro, I'm talking about that C word. All right. The 4-letter C word. And some people think they know what that is, but look at the chat if you want to know what that is. Hey, all right. You know what? Let me not focus on the comments right now, because I got to get through this, because I have quite a bit of an outline. that I want to talk about. So let me tell a little bit of a story about my money mindset. I'll get into my personality mindset a little bit deeper into this, but let's talk about it. So I had a story, right, that I told myself, and let's talk about money real fast. I had a y'all, I'm not looking at that chat. But I had this idea, I had this story that I used to tell myself when I was broke, right? And let's talk about like the moment in my life that I really felt like I went broke. All right, I'm gonna have a real conversation with y'all. So I was never rich, obviously. I don't come from money. I'm a regular person. But I had an interesting opportunity when I was in my, let's just say 2009. I ain't going to tell you how old I was. Now, it was back in 2009. I had a very interesting opportunity come up in my life. Now, I'm one of those people where when personal things happen to me, sometimes I do look at how to monetize those things. And sometimes I do look at, how to get those things out there and really bring myself to the world. So, little known fact, I did do a reality TV show probably about, I think now, I'd have to say, gosh, 10, 13 or 14 years ago at this point. And an interesting thing happened. Like when you're on reality TV, one of two things, well, a lot of things happen. So let me just put this out there. The stuff that you see on TV is not what really happens. There's a lot of repeating yourself. There's a lot of pseudo scripted stuff that you have to talk about. There's a lot of fake beefs that you have to have with people. And by the way, y'all, share this. If you're in here, share this with people that you know. Even if you're looking in the shadows, share it on your social media because this gets it out to people that want to hear me ramble. So anyway, when I was on this show, I left and I will tell y'all, I kind of got on the show. I want to say it was a fluke, but it really wasn't because I actually had to audition quite a few times to get on this particular show. Now, I'm not going to say what show it was. Y'all just going to have to search it or do what you do. But there was a lot of interesting things that surrounded this reality TV show. There was a lot of fakeness. There was a lot of, we need you to be in this particular personality type because of the way you look. We need you to adopt this mindset because of the way you look. I literally remember sitting in the casting office and the guy said to me, "Hey, you're going to be the sassy black girl." Sassy black girl. That's what he told me I was going to be. Crazy, right? So I'm sitting there telling this guy about my story. The story had nothing to do with being a sassy black girl, but he put that on me. Crazy, right? So that I'm just going into mindset. Now, the thing that happened with this show that ties it into the money mindset is that when I went on this show, I was probably gone from home for like 2 weeks. And y'all, that was when my credit became a disaster. That was literally what messed me up. Well, that's the story that I told myself. What really messed me up was the fact that I wasn't paying my bills in the first place, or I was at a job. Really, what happened was I was at a job that wasn't paying enough for the lifestyle that myself and the person I was with were trying to live at that time. We were living way above our means. And the thing was, I was taking care of my own finances. This person was taking care of their finances. So when I left for this show, I was not getting paid from my job. So that was literally 2 or 3 weeks of pay that I didn't receive. So coming back home, I still had credit card debt. I still had rent we had to pay. I still had my car note. I had all this kind of stuff. So when I got back home, because of the reality TV show, really it wasn't that. It was my messed up mind state before I got there. I ended up I literally stopped paying all my credit cards, right? I literally stopped. Now, I don't know if this story is really relatable to people because all of y'all have not been on reality TV. All of y'all probably don't even want to have your face shown on a camera. I get that. I respect that. But that's what happened with me. So that's my story. Now, in talking about that, in the money mindset, I thought I would just kind of let y'all know what happened when I went when my credit got really bad. So I don't know. That got kind of weird. But also when you see these people on TV too, don't be thinking that these people are like super balling out of control. A lot of times you only get paid for like every episode that you're on. And then imagine if the episode doesn't even air, you're not getting paid for that, right? So that's a little secret that a lot of y'all don't know. So the people that you see on reality TV, a lot of them are struggling. They have bad credit, whatever, whatever. But that's not really the topic here. I was just kind of letting y'all know what happened to me that got me in that particular predicament in my life where my credit just went to crap. Okay, it went to crap. Now, I see y'all commenting here, and thank you so much for the love, because I think the more you comment, the more you share, the more the algorithm actually pushes it out to people. So when it comes to your mindset, that's what happened to me. All right. Now, let's talk about the money mindset and brokenness. My spell check kept making me want to say brokenness, but that's not what it is. It's just brokenness. All right. Do you take your brokenness seriously? And is it a joke to you? Now, I know this sounds kind of funny because I'm gonna explain what this means, because some people really do think their brokenness is funny, and they think it's a joke, and it's almost like a sad joke. You know, like that movie The Joker. It's like when you kind of see where his origins are from, you're kind of like, damn, this dude has nothing else left to do but smile. I'm gonna tie this in. So what happens usually with what I do for a living, I have a credit repair company. On the other side, I'm also an auditor. So I see a whole lot of stuff, y'all. I work with HUD. I work with Section 8. I work with people that game the system. I work with people that need the system, all in one. And I also work with illegal aliens abusing the system. All of it. I see it all every single day. Now, some of these people do take their brokenness as a joke, you know? Now, what I'm saying here is that when I talk to people about what I do on the credit repair side, there's always this funny conversation that happens. People will literally start kind of talking to me like everything's cool. And then during that conversation, they'll say, "Whew, I'm so glad you do credit repair, girl. Give me your card because I sure need some help with that." And they're laughing. And I'm kind of in my head like, all right, I know that's nervous laughter, but also maybe you think this is funny. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not there to judge. You know what I do? I go into my wallet, I take out my beautiful little business card, and I give it to them. But it touches me every time somebody does that, because it's like, damn, y'all really be thinking brokenness is a joke. You know, they say broke is a joke. Anyway, I'm not going to go too far into that. But it's funny because people will sit there and they will laugh about their own situation. Ha ha, I need your help, girl. Woo. And I'll be thinking, okay, well, let's schedule that consultation, babe. Let's schedule that consultation. That's $97 for an hour of my time, which is a discount now, by the way, because I normally charge $97 for, I think, 30 minutes. But that's not a flex, y'all. I'm just saying, if you're serious about it, you will pay the money. That's the point I'm making. All right. So it's really nervousness that's going on inside that person. There's a lot going on, because think about taking that same kind of laughy, humorous personality into your home. Let's really talk about this, because the people that I meet on a daily basis and I tell them what I do for a living, these people have the most interesting ways of coping with what's going on with them. Right. And I cope too. Like, I have my own ways of coping with certain things that go on with me. But money is not something that I cope with. It's not something that I laugh about. You know, I can't, because if I'm laughing, then how are you going to know you got to take this seriously? Right. So let's really have a conversation about this. So some people think brokenness and lack is funny. Some people find a way to, like I said, cope with it. And these are some questions to think about. Like the person that when I tell them, hey, this is what I do for a living, and they, ha ha, girl, imagine one of your children walks up to you and they're like, Mom, Dad, why don't we live in a house? Like, why do my clothes have holes in them? Like, why am I still wearing the same clothes from last school year? Right? Like, how come we never go on vacation? I've never been out of the city before. But most kids have cell phones. You know, they have access to see that little toddlers are chilling in Italy. They get to see that, you know, maybe they live in, I don't know, Nebraska, but they see kids chilling from their class that are down in Florida right now for the spring. Are you going to laugh with your kid when you sit there and you tell them, you know, Daddy, Mom, you know, We could be fixing our credit right now. We could be making more money, but oh, yeah, Junior, you know, is it funny then is my question. You know what I'm saying? So I know that that conversation makes some people uncomfortable, but it's like the same laugh that you're giving me. Is that the same chuckle that you're going to give your babies? Is that the same chuckle? Like for real. So let's be real about this, y'all. Like, come on, come on, come on, come on. And I apologize for the for the squeaky chair. The more it squeaks, the more spirited the conversation is becoming. So, like I said, as you guys are coming in, feel free to share this. Feel free to like it. Please give me a like. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't like what I'm saying, we don't always like the things that are going to make us better, myself included. You know, so many things that are making me better at this moment are so painful. You wouldn't even like understand. But it's fine. So like I said, when you find yourself kind of laughing with your friends kikiing about being broke, picture yourself having that conversation with your kid. You know what I'm saying? You know, again, explain to them, hey, dad, mom, why am I sharing a room with all of my siblings? It's four of us, it's six of us. Why are we all in the same room? Now, your kid might not ask you that, but deep in their head, they're wondering that. They're wondering that when they go to their friend's house and it's a brother and a sister, and each one of the brother and the sister have their own room. Yeah, deep down, they are wondering why that is. They do wonder that. You know what I'm saying? They just love you enough to not tell you. They love you enough to not bring that to your attention. They love you enough because they know, well, also, they don't want to get slapped. That's how I was. I didn't want to get slapped. Because let me tell you guys a little story. Like, I'm not saying this from a place of privilege. Y'all, I'm a renter. I'm a business owner and I'm still a damn renter. Okay. Look around. I don't own this place. Okay. But and I shared a room with one of my siblings until I was 18 years old. So this is not a, oh, I'm Victoria. Look at me. I'm better than you. No, 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 no. It ain't like that. But like I said, I wondered sometimes having to fall asleep with my sibling right there, and you can see we live totally different lives. When you walked into that room, it was like two totally different entities were like, I don't know, it was like heaven and hell. My brother's side was like super clean and pristine. My side had floor to ceiling posters, right? Clothes all over the floor. Like I was a quintessential teenage girl. All right. So when you walked in, you knew whose side was whose. But I got the window side. So that was cool. That was cool. But yeah, I shared a room with my siblings till I was 18. I never asked my mom about that, but I was always curious, like why that was, So for me, I made a promise to myself. My kids will never share a bedroom if they don't have to. That's my experience. What is yours? Is it funny to you that you got six of your kids in one bedroom, or you got two sleeping on the floor, one sleeping on the couch? Is that funny to you? If it's not, control that nervous chuckle when you're talking about your shortcomings, because the thing is, it's okay to recognize that it's not okay. It's okay to do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't wallow in it, but recognize it and stop the laughter. It's not funny. All right. And if it affects your kids, it really does. So like I said, think about it now. You sit them down, you tell them the truth. All right. Mom and dad don't think that your comfort right now is worth us putting down $200 on a secured credit card so we can build our credit and eventually get a house so you can have space, kid. Space to be creative, space to be who you are, space to not have to look at your brother or sister when they're getting on your nerves, right? That is worth $200 of your own money to go put on a secure credit card and start building your credit. It's worth it, y'all. Don't play with me. I done already went too far in on this. I'm good though. But the other thing that we want to talk about with money mindset is that people have this idea that money doesn't mean everything. Cool. I'm going to let you keep that idea in your head. Now, money is not everything. We'll say, let's just do percentages. All right. Money is not 100% of everything, right? But I just went through an entire story that tells you why money is not a laughing matter. All right. So that lets you know money has a percentage. It ain't everything, but it's a percentage. Okay. Because the conversation I just told you to have with your kids, I guarantee you're not going to sit there and have that conversation tonight. You're not going to do it. All right. So it means something. Now, when we talk about it and say it's not everything, okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate with you and leave a comment right now, too. Leave a comment for me because I'm going to go back probably halfway through and go through the comments. But what's your thought about this with money isn't everything? Do you guys think money is everything or do you not? I want to know. Because I don't think it's everything, but damn it, it's important. So, all right, let's have this conversation. And I can see some of y'all dropping off because it's getting either too boring or too deep. Okay. I probably struck a nerve. Now, if money isn't everything, why is it that 90% of everything that you enjoy in your life day to day and have to utilize every day takes money? If money isn't everything, why are we watching memes talking about the gas price is too high? You know, I had a friend talking about making a joke about the rent is too damn high. And if you look at the original guy that talked about that, it's a real thing. People think the rent is too damn high. But if money isn't everything, then why are we complaining? Why are we complaining about rent? Why are we complaining about gas? Got a good one for you. Why are men upset about child support? If money doesn't mean a thing, if it's not everything, why is it eliciting this emotional response from you? It's because it means something. It's just that your lack of control of it is why you have that mindset that it doesn't mean anything. That's why you haven't really let it click in your head that it matters. And it matters because it's the key to getting to the next phase of your life. Nobody says you got to be obsessed with it. Don't love it. Don't love it, but respect it and use it, right? Because here's the thing. Again, if it was not everything, if it was not something, if it was not 90% of life, right? Why are y'all complaining about not making enough money? If money means nothing, why are you here on a credit repair channel? Now, some of y'all, I know you here just for the support. I know that. So it's all good. Okay. But this brings me into something that I wanted to share with y'all. And I hope the few of you that are here are really listening. Now, I know that everybody does not like to read, okay? But I want to read an excerpt of something from a book that I have right now. For those of y'all that know, I just actually moved to the state that I'm in right now. So my books are not here. They're actually across this, like in another city right now. My books are in a box in somebody else's house. I got to go get those, by the way. But check this book out. I got it off of Amazon, and I was introduced to this book by another content creator named Erica Williams. And she reads so much. And y'all, I don't like to read that much. I do Audible. But this book is called The 177, let me see. Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class. And the author is Steve Seibold. I haven't done a lot of research on the author, but this is one of those things where the stuff that he talks about is so prominent in my life at the moment. So I'm going to just read something really quick to you guys from chapter 1. It really goes every single day. You're supposed to read it and then go through, the, I guess, tip of the day. Whatever. All right. But anyway, we want to talk about classes. All right. Classes. When I say classes, I don't mean sitting with a book. I mean class. When you think about yourself, what class are you in? What class are you in? Are you poverty level, lower? Are you lower middle? Are you middle class? Are you upper middle? Are you upper class? What are you? What are you? Be real with yourself. Because I think at the income that I make right now, I might be considered lower middle, maybe. And that's really just because I lived in California, to be honest with you guys. But anyway, number one, this is the thing that got me to really pick this book up and read it. So he talks about the world class operates from objective reality. So not going to go too deep into that, but I'm just going to read a little excerpt and then I'm going to close out with the rest of it. So right now, he says, of the 5 major levels of conscious awareness, poverty, working, middle, upper, and world. My experience has been that performers at the middle class levels of consciousness suffer the grandest delusions. That's deep. Because a lot of people that are on my channel and a lot of clients that I work with do suffer from a delusion. Now, that's not an insult, because I suffer from a lot of delusions of certain things too. Now, it's the middle class that is most incongruent with reality. They are operating at a high enough level to understand that a higher level exists. Okay. Although they don't expect to get there, the thought crosses their minds from time to time. Because of their low expectations, their actions are incongruent with their desires. In other words, they want to live the life of the world class, but are unwilling to pay the price. Since this reality is too harsh to bear, they delude themselves into thinking they are doing everything in their power to get ahead. Of course, they are not. They'll tell you they're putting in far more time than they are. They'll swear they are thinking about their vision all the time, but they're not. How many of us have been there? I've been there, okay? They'll swear they're thinking about their vision, but they're not. Okay, I repeated that. The world class is brutally honest with themselves, and they tend to look reality in the face. They err on the side of over-practicing and over-preparing. Champions know that to ascend to the top, you must first be operating from a mindset of objective reality. Self-deception and delusion have no place in the professional performer's consciousness. Whew. Okay, so I'm gonna have a real moment with y'all, and I see some of y'all fell off because reading, I know, is not fundamental for a lot of people. This was deep because when I read this, I almost cried. But anyway, so figure out who you are in that moment, because being in the middle, that's some scary stuff, because you know that there's a higher level, but being in the middle means that you're not sinking. And it also means that you're not excelling. So nobody's looking at you. You're in the middle where there's no accountability. Being in the middle creates some of the most entitled, some of the most angry, some of the most egotistical people that you will ever meet in your life. Ever. Because they have such an ego about the people below them, and they have such an ego about the people above them. But they're in the midst of that. There's a delusion that they have that they don't realize where they are. The slightest thing can take them up or down, right? So anyway, that was the book. Now, as you can tell, this weighs heavy on my heart. All right. Now, I'm not going to get too deep in why it weighs heavy on my heart. All right. I'm not going to get too deep in that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not one to be telling my business. But when it comes to mindset and what you think you can and can't have, what you can and can't deserve, look at your entire life, right? I had to do that. And I've been doing that this entire week, where it's like, all right, am I really getting what I deserve, or what I think I deserve, or what I think I worked for? Am I getting that? That's debatable. That's debatable. But yeah, this topic weighs heavy on my heart, and it should weigh heavy on yours too. If it doesn't, it's really just because you're still in a mode of denial. You're still in a mode of delusion. And it's okay, because I'm a person that, if you want the realness, don't come over here. If you want, to get the rah-rah, sis boomba, that was corny. But if you want to get that, you're not going to get it here. Because I can see greatness in people. I see greatness in everybody. I even see it in myself. I'm not being cocky, but think about it. All right, I'm gonna divert, and then I'm gonna get back on topic. When you think about the little wiggly things, I can't say the word because I don't want YouTube to kick me off. But when you think about where we all came from, there's a little squiggly thing that kind of swims around, and it goes into this round thing that's in this lady. When you think about that, you were the strongest out of the millions that shot out that day. Something in your DNA said, I'm going to make it. I'm going, So when you think about being the strongest swimmer in that sense, it behooves you to have the right mindset when we go through life. All right. So that's why this weighs heavy on my heart, because I really do be getting into that moment where I think about where I really came from. All right. But back to the outline. All right. So not having the right relationship with money affects a lot of areas of your life. And I hope the little diatribe I just went on kind of helps you to see that. All right. So it's not really the love of money that is ruining you. It's your relationship with it. That is the issue. Whether you think it's everything or whether you don't, you're wrong either way. You're wrong because money's neutral. All right. So in that respect, it's not everything, but it's also neutral because if it's given the right ingredients, it's going to take off. It's going to shoot to the moon. All right. Money's neutral. It doesn't care who it is attached to. All right. It's really just there to bring out who you are, what you believe in, all that good stuff. If you're a jerk, money is literally going to just ignite the super jerk in you. Conversely speaking, people think that poor people have more heart. Poor people have more of a what is it, an honor? No, they don't. Because I've met some very poor jerks. I've met people that have no money and they're assholes. All right. You want to kick them in the teeth. They're so rude, right? So no, having the absence of money makes you more of who you are. And the presence of money makes you more of who you are. All right. So let's be real about that. Get yourself out of, wanting to just be cliche and wanting to go with everybody. Right. Because I'm going to tell you, the companies y'all support, and I keep looking at my little watch here, my little step counter. But when you think about all of the companies that you support, you're on YouTube right now. Do you think the owner of YouTube is sitting there saying money ain't everything? All right. If you think that, cool. It's a gazillion people on here trying to get monetized, and they will sit here and tell you money isn't everything. Then why are you on a live stream every night trying to get your hours up? Money means something to you. It means something. So I'm just saying, pay attention and just be honest with yourself. So when it comes to money and your personality, I want to go into something that came to me today when I was thinking, and I just had a mind dump. There's these times where just, dude, I don't know what to call it, but it's like you're sitting there, you just kind of write one thing and a million things come into your head. I started thinking about the personality types that that I've encountered through life and that I've been in my life. And this ties into mindset. But how about before we go into that, I'm going to actually get into these comments real fast. I'm on StreamYard, so I hope I remember how to do this. I don't know if I do, but let me go to the top here. All right. So I don't know if Big Daddy Still Rocks is still here, but if you are, shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming through. Make sure you like and share here for the good information. That's right. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like a black girl with some curly hair ranting on a Sunday night up in an apartment all by herself with a guitar and a white crystal lamp. All right. Matt, we gonna skip that one. Mine comes from Shay up front though. I don't know what we talking about there, but I might have lost it. Maybe we were programmed from our public education. Bro, Matt, you just made me think of something. So I forgot to actually talk about this in the beginning of the live. So this video tonight is the first in the 3 questions that I want to cover with you guys. And tonight we're only going to go over one because y'all know I'm talkative. I yap. We're going to actually dice this up a little bit and put it on another channel probably within the next month or so. So yeah, if you don't stick around all night tonight, that's cool. I'm not tripping. All right. So what I was thinking about with this series that I want to cover tonight is number 1. There's 3 total that I'm going to cover in a live stream. So number 1 is that you have to start the shift, and we're talking about mindset. That's what we're talking about tonight. So what is your mindset? That's question number 1 in this series. Question number 2, are your goals realistic? And then number 3, are you trainable, right? Are you receptive? Are you willing to take harsh criticism? Those are the 3 areas that we're going to talk about in this series. But like I said, tonight, this is all we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about mindset and you recognizing potential when it's in your face. All right. So thank you, Matt. Because I was thinking about being programmed in public school, and I'm going to share a public school experience that I have in the next topic that I'm going to cover this week. So that's why I was thinking about that. See that? I took you all the way around the world and I brought you back. Oh, I've been broke. Homie, like, here's the thing. Everybody's been on food stamps before. Not everybody, but like a lot of people. Like even when I was growing up, I remember like my mom definitely, maybe I shouldn't even tell the story. I don't know. But we had food stamps and I don't even remember it. It's like a blip in my memory because my mom had such an idea about who she was and what her mindset was around money. She did not want to be on food stamps for more than a month. And I remember this story that she told me. She said that one of my best friend at the time, actually, her mom was at the welfare office and my mom went into the office and she saw that lady and the lady saw her. And the lady did what every hood mom in America will do. Hey, girl. She called my mom's name and everything. And she was trying to key with my mom, like my mom was of the same ilk. And it literally probably took that for my mom to say, no, that's not me. Okay. I was tripping. Listen, I thought this food stamp thing was cool. I thought it was going to work. I'm good. Peace out, Mrs. My daughter's best friend's mom. I'm out. That's what my mom did. Okay. And I remember she told me that story and I was like, oh my God, because I had to be a kid when she told me that story. So, mom, nobody knows you're my mom. So it's okay. Like, don't trip. I don't think anybody's going to see this, but yeah, some women, it hits them different. You know, some women are not happy in that welfare lifestyle. And then some women love it because their money mindset is this: you owe me something. Because you know what? I exist. And because I have boobs, because I have this, because I have some kids, you owe me everything. You owe me. Give me the money. And the government says yes. All right. The government says yes. I don't know whose fault that is, but I don't think it's the team that I'm playing on. So anyway, yeah, Matt, I feel that. So yeah, we've all had that story. And I don't think I'm going to go too far into what my broke story is as a kid, because I just don't think that it's even necessary for this time of my life. But yeah, I'm about to Google after. Oh, you guys are funny. You might find it and you might not. Because honestly, I'll be real with you. Like on that reality TV show, I was too real for that shit. The guy the guy that the casting director for that particular show, when he said I was the sassy black girl, I was like, oh my God, because I walked into the house, there was another black girl there. Why am I the sassy one? What the heck? Now, granted, I was actually a makeup artist at the time and I was rebellious. Okay. Rebellious, like for real. Like I had this long wavy hair and I was going to start like a tattoo sleeve and stuff. And I had piercings and I was a mess, y'all, but I was a makeup artist and I had my dream job at that time. And, I always figured, okay, if I can't be on the show, I could at least do the makeup for the show and get my career started. But yeah, it was weird. It was like, damn, there's another black girl here, but I'm the sassy one. All right. So watch what the world is trying to program your mind to have. Kind of back to what Matt was saying, Matt living the dream. What he was saying, you are programmed and you're being programmed. It is not our fault that you can't see it. It's not our fault. All right. It's just our fault to edify you and call it out. That's it. Because that man wanted me to believe I was a sassy black girl. Y'all, I'm not, okay, maybe I am a little, I might be a little sassy, but listen, I'm very docile. I don't like to fight. I might argue. I might go a little back and forth, but putting hands, getting real psycho, that ain't me. I'm not that sassy black lady because I know what that could lead to. It's not my job to live and give into that stereotype and prove you right and prove them right. It's not my job to do that. It's my job to be me. All right. MTV's Real World. No, that was a show that I wanted to try out for. I also wanted to do Big Brother. And then I also wanted to do Amazing Race with my ex-boyfriend at the time. When we broke up, I wanted to go on and have the reality TV show that we were on be our storyline for the Amazing Race. That's actually what I wanted to do at the time. See, I be thinking, y'all, I'll be always having ideas. This was like probably, gosh, like I said, 13 years ago. My mind has always been thinking, how can we make this work? You know, I was like, bruh, we don't know each other no more, but we could make some money. Beer and bologna budget, but living the champagne. It's so funny that you say the caviar thing because I actually like caviar. Now, I don't think the person that makes fun of me for the caviar thing is even still here because I probably already got on his nerves enough. He's like, I'm out. But with the caviar thing, check this out. I freaking love caviar. And this person told me, like, why? Why would you love caviar? They kind of really let me have it. And it's like, listen, if a person likes fish eggs, let them like fish eggs. Because if you like Kool-Aid, I'm going to let you like Kool-Aid. I'm going to let you do that. If I like caviar, I know that I have to do what it takes to live that caviar lifestyle. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me like I'm a little salty fish eggs. Don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Bologna too. But at the same time, let's talk about bologna. Don't let nobody treat you like the red thing around the bologna. Don't let them do that to you. You know what I'm saying? Just because you bologna don't mean you cheap. Let's see. Still going through the comments. And then we're going to go into the personality types. I'm going to try to wrap this up because damn, I've been talking for a minute. Been there, done that. Yeah, Matt, I know you have seen a lot, and I would actually like for you to hop on a live stream at some point. And yeah, honestly, if anybody wants to hop on, you totally can. Because if you want to cam up, holler at your girl. We could talk about whatever. Like, I don't really care. Let's see. Had financial difficulty at one point in my life. I didn't pay or communicate with my student. Listen, that's everybody. Yeah, it can hurt, but it can definitely you can still bounce back from that. That's not a thing. That's not a thing, especially now. Hey, what's going on, bud? Haven't talked to you in a while. I don't know if you're still here, but miss talking to you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You got the number. All right, Matt giving a shout out. People waste so much money. Very, very true. Let's see. Just another person that he's saying hello to Matt. It's a cover for crime. Brokenness is a lifestyle, Matt, for sure. For sure. Let me hold some. What you trying to hold? Bologna, caviar? What you want? Oh, money. Y'all got some money? Send us to T Warrior 1. Also subscribe to his channel. He definitely has a great point of view because, he and I and a lot of other people that we know have been, because of the way we look, we might have been cast into this segment of society. And when people actually hear us speak and they hear that we don't think like everybody else, they get really upset. So check him out. He's got a really great point of view about a lot of stuff. All right, I don't burn money anymore. I guess it could be in, bro. Yeah, that's what's up. That's what's up. Let's see. I never had my own room, so I moved out. Me too, Matt. That's it. Well, okay, here's what actually happened to me. I had my own room when I was like 18 or 19. And then by that time, I decided to move out. So I had my own room, but it was like for not even a year. And my mom jokes about that. She's like, hey, like as soon as I got you your own room, you left. And I'm like, yeah, because life is meant to be lived, man. You can't be up under your parents your whole life, cultural or not. I don't care. I'm getting out. You know what I'm saying? I got to be free, player. Free. When it was chilly night, it was horrible in that share. You know what? I'm done. As y'all can see, Matt has a lot to say. Matt, I don't know. Tell people in the chat, like, do you still do any social media stuff? Like, are you still online doing anything, any podcasts or anything? Let the people know if you do. Feel free to drop your channel or your link or whatever, because I don't have moderators right now. And if anybody wants to be one, let me know because I need to assign. Because as the channel grows, I know some people going to be coming in here talking some bull. And I'm going to need y'all. Renting is, oh my God, rent. Look. It burns my soul every time that I have to pay that rent. Every time. Even though I'm in a very cheap part of town, I don't like it because I know that I'm wasting money. I know it. Kanye said it best. Money isn't everything. Not having it is. Hello. Let's be real. Stop lying to yourselves. Like, that's what it is, man. It's like you feel like you are it's almost like a honor play. Like you trying to make yourself look so good and pump yourself up saying money don't mean nothing. Da 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 da. Meanwhile, you walk down a street that took money to pave. You working for a man that's getting some money from you. The money that he's paying you is a portion of what he's giving you. Like, oh my God, like it's a portion of what he makes. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my God. If you make $100,000, do you know how much that employer is making off of you? Dude, they're giving you 100,000. That's not even counting your health insurance. That's not even counting what the building that they're leasing for you to go sit in, the equipment that's in the office, the parking lot, the paid parking, the city permits, whatever it is. There's so much money that these people are making, yet they have you thinking at the $100,000 range, you're doing something. You are doing something. Okay, let me stop. But what I'm saying is like, when you open a business, you start to see things differently. When you make your own money or you set your own rate, if you're a sole proprietor, if you start setting your own rate, you start to see what a racket being an employee really is. Let's talk about it. So yeah, not having money is everything. Child support. I owe child support. I know, Matt. I know, Matt. We probably got a couple of brothers and sisters in the chat that are in the same boat. But again, if money don't matter, why do you care if they're taking child support? If money doesn't matter, yeah, listen to yourself when you say that. The next time you say it, listen to yourself, because if it doesn't matter, do not fret when that child support comes out of your check. Do not fret when all those taxes come out of your check. Because remember, money doesn't matter to you. Remember that? Remember that? You said that. I heard you. I heard you. You were on social media saying it. Not you, Matt, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, girl. Yeah. Cute until the humidity hits, girl. Hey, Kim. We need you to get a YouTube. So, we gotta chat. And y'all, I'm sorry. Matt is not the only person chatting in here. It's just, yeah. It's different. You could tell like who we know personally in the chat. Does it mention that look, I'm gonna get that off my screen. Hey, reprobata. We always, that's deep. All right. We may touch on that a little bit later, but okay. So, all right, I gotta stop here because I gotta jump back into my outline. All right. So I gotta do this other stuff really quick because I did not expect to be talking this long. All right. So the whole personality that money doesn't matter, the whole thing, laughing when you talk about my credit is bad. Okay, not funny. All right. When I talk to different people about their issues, I again was able to categorize them today, if you will. Now, this is just a rough draft, but I want to run it through you guys and see how you feel about it. Leave me a comment. Like I said, if you're about to bounce out, that's okay. The live will go on without you, and you can come back later. But I'm going to get through this damn outline if it's the last thing I do. Now, I came up with 4 personality types. This can always be tailored. All right. Well, damn, when I said bounce, y'all, I didn't really mean it. Geez, come back. But okay, the 4 personality types when it comes to money mindset. Number 1 is the victim. Number 2 is he who is destined to lose. Now, some people like to say loser, but I do believe that there's power in words. So I'm not going to call that person a loser. That personality type is he who is destined to lose. And not only destined to lose, but he believes it. The 3rd person is the islander. I'm going to explain each one of these. The 4th person is the phoenix. All right. So let's go into the victim. I wrote a whole thing about this, but I'm not going to go too far because the live has already been too deep. But as I go through, I want you to kind of really think about yourself and think about who you are in these 4 personality types that I came up with. The victim. So the victim is typically one who consumes but never creates. Okay. That's that middle of the road person that we talked about in this book. All right. Be sure to pick up this book if you have, I think it was $20 or less on Amazon. If you have, pick this up because it literally takes 10 seconds, a minute to read each one of these chapters. All right. So, all right. We all know 2020 brought out the victim mentality in everybody that you know. The country was divided and is still divided. We are still trying to reconcile. We are still trying to pick up the pieces. We are still trying to figure out if we still want to deal with those family members that shunned us because we didn't want to wear. We're still trying to figure out if we even want to deal with those people because we saw they may be of that victim mindset. Some of us may have seen some of our friends out there marching and we was like, wait, I thought you was one of us. Why are you out there, player? Like, what's going on? You know, victim mentality. People stop paying their rent, stop paying their bills. They stop doing all kind of stuff. And they always want to blame somebody. The government is not the reason you stop paying your bills. George Floyd is not the reason you stop paying your rent. Discrimination ain't the reason you stop paying your rent. You stop paying your rent because you wanted to stop paying your rent. That's what happened. You're nobody's victim. So get out of here with that. All right. But 2020 brought out a lot of victimhood mentality. All right. Now, as far as the, in the credit space, I could say that there is some victimhood that goes on in credit. And I only see it because I'm a credit professional. Now, when it comes to that, it's credit woes. It's like, oh, all my interest rates are high. Blah, blah, blah. It's redlining. Vic, you don't understand. It's redlining. That's why I can't get a house. Lies. Because if it's redlining, what you need to be doing is trying to relocate if you think redlining is really a thing. Because it ain't. My mama's Black. She got a house in California. So yeah, that's whatever. When it comes to another kind of victimhood, it's also not really looking at the big picture, I guess, and jumping into something and then not taking accountability and not looking at where you end up and not taking responsibility for it. Let's go back to Miss Torres. Miss Torres, she's a story that I did on one of my lives last year where we talked about how Miss Torres, I think she did a refi. She did a refi on her house, if I'm not mistaken. She was paying the bill every single month. And then what they told Miss Torres is that none of them payments that she made was even going towards her mortgage. And then a year or so later, Miss Torres was acting like she ain't know that. Like she didn't know. Like she didn't track her payments or nothing. Miss Torres is a victim because Miss Torres took that refi money and she went and did what she wanted to. She balled out of control. She took care of her family. She probably sent half of that money back to Mexico. That's a whole nother issue that we're going to talk about some other day when the channel gets big enough to handle those issues. But there's a lot of victimhood mentality that I see in these financial streets, and leave a comment. If you feel like you a victim, let me know how the system has victimized you. Let me know. You know what I'm saying? So figure out the ways and the areas in your life that you play a victim, because I do it too. I'm not going to act like I don't. I just don't do it in the money space. All right. And so where in your life do you play it? There's a life coach on YouTube right now, and I don't know if he's the originator of this quote, but it has stuck with me all these years. His name is Corey Wayne. If you want to look him up on YouTube, he's kind of like a, I guess, dating coach or whatever, but he's very to the point, kind of abrasive. But what he says is that you have to participate in your own rescue. So if you want to play the victim card, all right, that's cool. But at some point, you got to participate in your own rescue. Nobody likes to hear that. So I'm anticipating the numbers to drop right now. It's all good. You don't want to participate? Shit, sink to the bottom. None of us care at the end of the day. So, all right. I don't think my boy AM1 is here tonight. But I want to kind of touch on something that he be talking about sometimes. When it comes to the victimhood mentality, then we're going to wrap it up and talk about the next other personalities. So, you know what? I was going to talk about the manosphere, but I don't think I'm going to. I don't think there's enough people in the chat right now for me to even go there, because some of y'all probably don't even know what the manosphere is. Like, does anybody in the chat know what the manosphere actually is? And sorry if you hear like the dog upstairs. That's the neighbor. Sorry, y'all. Does anybody know what the manosphere? Yeah, if I'm not getting any responses on that, I'm not going to even talk about it, but I'll tie it into something else next time. All right, so let's go into the personality type number 2. He who is destined to lose. Now, he who is destined to lose is the second personality type, but this person is also equally counteracted with he who prepares for defeat. These people are two different people. And I want you to really listen closely and figure out which of these two you are, because I know which one I am. Now, he who is destined to lose, that's the person that fails to launch because they've already written the end of the story. That's the person that says, okay, look at me. Look at my life. Look who I am. Look what I've done. Look at this and this and this and that. I'm not even going to try this other thing. I'm not going to try to make more money. I'm not going to try to lose weight. I'm not going to try to get healthy. I'm not going to try to get a better partner because every time I've tried, it's been SHI, you know what? Every time. So I'm not even. All right. That's a defeatist. I've heard these people. I've dealt with these people. These people have paid me. It's ridiculous. All right. Versus he who prepares for defeat. So this is two personality types in one. Now this person, and I'm looking at my notes, obviously, but it's one who sees the potential roadblocks and they plan accordingly. So which of these two are you? Because a person that can't really see you clearly, they will think that you are a one who is destined to lose when truthfully, you are just one that is preparing for defeat. So let's do the difference, right? In this second personality type, the one that is destined to lose, I was that person at one time. I felt like my credit was super duper bad. I didn't want to apply for nothing because I knew I was going to get rejected, blah, blah, blah. The reason it hurt me though, is because I started paying cash for everything. So I went broke pretty quick. And that set me back in my financial journey at least 10 years. So that happened in my early 20s. All right. Now I had a perpetual attitude of defeat because there was no one around me that was willing to tell me that I could dig myself out of that hole. Not even my parents. Now, the reason my mom didn't tell me was because I didn't share my financial issues with her. So that's a little bit different. So that's the person that's destined to lose. If you feel like that's you, if you're holding back on applying, if you're holding back on even thinking that you can afford a house, stop it. Okay. Because you don't want to be that person. You don't want to get stuck in that mindset. All right. You don't want to be that guy or that girl. Trust me. It's a sad place to be. Sad place to be. Now, the one who prepares, let's talk about how that person is a little bit different. Because one who prepares for a disaster is very different than one who succumbs to it before it even happens. Now, the person that prepares for the disaster, they're looking at all aspects of a situation to make an informed decision about if they want to move forward or not. That is very different than preparing for loss. You know how you have car insurance? You have it just in case. You don't have it because you think you're going to crash. You have it because in the event that it happens, you're covered. Okay, that's why you have it. If you think that the person who thinks he's going to lose versus the person that prepares for failure just in case, if you think they're one and the same, you have a lot of learning to do. And I implore you to stick with the next two topics that I'm going to cover this week because you don't get it yet. You don't get it yet. I was having a conversation with a friend, and I'm going to wrap this one up real quick. We were having a conversation where I said, hey, if I pick up and I move to this particular state, here's my plan. I'm going to look at certain laws about certain things. If I want to get married in that state, I want to know what the laws are. If I happen to get divorced in that state, I want to know what the laws are. If my significant other is on child support, or if I get put on child support, I want to know what happens to the other person that I'm with. I want to know these things. I want to know how property is split in that state. I want to know the laws from top to bottom. Now, maybe because we're just on different wavelengths, they didn't understand where I was coming from. They literally thought I was preparing for disaster. I'm not preparing for disaster. I'm just looking at what would happen if disaster did strike. You know what I'm saying? You know how they say the tide rolls out, then when it comes in, you see who was swimming without their pants on? I ain't trying to be that person. And you don't want to be that person either. right? So don't be the one who expects failure, but be the one who is prepared for failure and success. Be that person, all right? Now, let's go on into the third personality type. It's the Islander. And thank you guys that have stuck for this long. Hey, AM1, I see you. What up? What up? What up? What up? Your girl is rambling tonight, player. But the Islander is the one that is solo on their dolo. For the older people in the crowd, that just means that you roll by yourself. Now, a lot of people tend to think that I am an Islander. For a long time in my life, I was. I don't really think I'm necessarily an Islander. Now, I do have island tendencies. And let me explain why I say that. You know how they say no man is an island? That's what it is. Okay. When you're an Islander, you are literally on that island by yourself. You're the only person that thinks like you do. You're the only person that comes up with the conclusions that you do. Everybody around you thinks that you're a little delusional. If those are the things that happen to you, you're an Islander. Now, do not take pride in the fact that you are a loner, because loners cannot be trusted. Remember that. A loner is a person that when you look at them, they always got a knife in their hand. Oh, shoot, y'all. It's about to get deep. That's the spirits up in here. But an Islander is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made a comment in one of my videos from like 2 years ago where I talked about that fool Boba Fett. Now, I don't follow Star Wars too much, but the one thing I know about Boba Fett was that he was on whatever side was paying him, okay? That's a dangerous man. That's a dangerous person. You don't want to associate with too many Islanders. There's not any successful millionaires and billionaires that you know of that don't have a team behind them. There is no successful marriage if only one person is putting in the effort. There is no successful friendship if only one person is making the calls. All right. An Islander is a dangerous person. And you know why? Because they can do with the world and they can do without the world. And a person that can do without the world and has nothing to lose is dangerous in your life. Get rid of those people ASAP. All right. Don't do it, y'all. An Islander, no. It is okay to be solo on your dolo for a short amount of time if you need to go get your mind together, if you need to recalibrate. Even if you need to get healthy, because AM1, if you're still here, I'm glad you're here, because the point we're making here is that you got to be an Islander, pseudo Islander, when you're on a health journey. All your friends like to drink. All your friends like to smoke pot. You want to go keto. You want to drink water for the next 30 days. You can't be around your people. You got to go sit on an island by yourself. You know, you want to buy a property, but nobody around you has ever owned a thing in their life. You got to go be an Islander, pseudo Islander, not the Islander we're talking about right here, but you got to go be by yourself temporarily, because what you do is you recalibrate, you get your mind right. You go and you find the people that are going to be in that same vein, that same frequency, because water sinks to its own level. Don't forget that. Do not forget that. You know what I'm saying? You are not going to be successful if you surround yourself with people that are still in the trenches. Because you know what will happen? You know what's going to happen if you attach yourself to a, not a pseudo Islander, but a real Islander, like the one that has nothing to lose. You connect yourself to that person. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to be in the trenches together. You're going to see a way out to safety. And that person is still going to be digging that hole and putting y'all deeper in that trench. Deeper and deeper and deeper, to the point that the dirt is going to be over your heads and you're going to effing die together. That's what the Islander will do. They'll take everybody with them because they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Anyway, yeah, that must have been the Holy Spirit. All right. Now, Generation Z has literally been coined as the loneliest generation. So I'm going to even venture to say, if you know some Gen Zs, if they ain't into no tech stuff, you better cut them loose. Because really, you just gotta, what I'm really saying is if you deal with somebody that's alone a lot, if they're alone and they're not really trying to fix their situation, they're just alone because they fear people, they hate people, the world is out to get them, they're a conspiracy theorist, Leave that person on their island by themselves. You cannot be an islander. You can't build a family as an islander. You can't build a legacy as an islander. You cannot, you can't have, did I say successful marriage? You can't have a successful marriage as an islander. If you have one idea and your partner has another idea, you will never come together. You will be like this all the time. And just because you meet in the bedroom doesn't mean a damn thing. Doesn't mean a damn thing. All right. Two ships can dock at an island and they can be sworn enemies. All right. So that's something to think about. All right. Now, if you find that you are an islander and you're not temporarily an islander in the positive way that I talked about, get your mind right. All right. You need a team. Psychologically, you also work better when people are with you. Now, I know my boy AM1, if he's still here, he's not going to agree with this. Possibly. I don't know. But married men do tend to make more money. Now, married men, they're in a partnership. They make more money because they have more responsibility. They have purpose. A man by himself, unless he has an actual goal, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing nothing. He's spinning his wheels. Now, I've talked to enough men that are single and don't have any direction. I've talked to enough of those to know that this is true. They're an islander and they don't even know it. Right? But everybody's not ready for that conversation. I had to catch myself being an islander. You know what I'm saying? I almost became an islander where I live right now. I almost became an islander. Almost. But I got outside. I started looking. I said, man, this is a beautiful place that I'm at. I started thinking about driving across the country by myself. I started thinking about how I put everything in my car and got across the country. Now I shipped my car here, but I, drove an SUV over here. But the fact that I did it in the way that I did it, I was like, man, like there was times when I was driving, I was like, I'm on an island. I'm all by myself. This is great. And then sometimes it hit me while I was driving. Wait a minute, Vic, you doing this by yourself, but you doing this to build, to bring people into the village with you. You're doing this to expand and not be an islander. That's why you left. So you could build out your network, so you could grow your business, so you could grow the social media. That's why I took off. I didn't take off to be an islander. That ain't what I did. All right. So islander. All right. That's the fourth one. Now, one last point. Sorry, y'all. And I'm gonna end this pretty soon because let me see how long I've been on here. Oh Lordy, I've been talking. Somebody better give me a network deal because y'all, Vic be talking. Okay. Now the key takeaways from this, the property that I live in is literally owned by a son, a father, and an accountant works for them. They're kind of islanders. They actually just sold the property, but that's a whole nother situation. But you can't own a property this big or own a bunch of multi-million-dollar properties in the state that I live in like they do and only have a 3-person team. Even they understand it's too much. And that's why they sold the property because they get it. They need a bigger team. They don't believe that they actually are going to get one though. They don't want to do the work to get one. So they're like, hey, let's just take the profit and run. But also I want you guys, if you're still here, look up ESOPs. It basically lets you know, those are, employee stock ownership plans. Those are employee owned companies. Even those companies understand nobody's an island. All right. So you need a team around you. You also need a village, but don't get mad at the village when the village does their job and they correct you and they tell you what you need to do to fix your life. All right. So last but not least, and we cutting this off because I know y'all tired of listening to Vic talk. The Phoenix, 4th personality type. This one is my favorite because the Phoenix is one who is always reborn. That's what I made up. I don't know if it's on Google or not, but man, when I think about my life, when I think about my finances, when I think about my business, when I think about just every aspect of my life, I have had so many restarts and I know people that have had so many restarts. The Phoenix is real. The myth of the Phoenix, all that kind of stuff. Believe what you want. I don't know if you're into Greek mythology or not, but the Phoenix, good God, man. Whew. Imagine dying 1,000 deaths, man. And every single time you come back stronger the next time. You come back with all the lessons that you learned. It's a rebirth. You go through your trials and your tribulations, but you come back triumphant. Who is a phoenix up in here? Like anybody that's left, I don't even know who's up in here, but are you a phoenix or are you a freaking islander? Are you one who, what did I say? One who thinks he's going to lose, one who accepts defeat? Are you a victim? What are you? I'm a phoenix, baby. I'm a phoenix because the phoenix is a symbol of rejuvenation, reinvention, rebirth. You know what I'm saying? All the Black people want to talk about Morgan Freeman and how he became an actor in his 50s. Okay, cool. Let's talk about that example. All right. That man is a phoenix. He went from, whatever his life was before he was 50 to now being the voice of God. People really think he's the voice of God. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about a phoenix. And in the most recent news, we going to see if brother Will Smith can rejuvenate his public image after this. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. Let's see if he can rise from the ashes. I think he will, because as a society, we have a very, very short attention span. So yeah, that's going to be a phoenix. You're going to see a phoenix in action. So as it comes to your finances, I don't care what it is, finances, personal relationships, whatever it is, be a phoenix. Do not be the other three types that I talked about. If you find that you resonated with any of those, other than the phoenix, I would say just take a look at yourself, because I do take a look at myself on a daily basis. I also do allow input from others to come in, even though I may, I guess, make it seem like I'm not listening. I am. I take in a lot of what people say to me and I mull it over. So be that kind of person, be a sponge. Understand that you do not see yourself the way others do. Okay. And also understand that the way others see you is not clear. That is not something that you need to accept. That is not something that you need to take as a badge of honor. Back to the sassy Black girl thing from an hour ago. I'm not a sassy Black girl. I'm just a human. Okay. That's what I am with thoughts and opinions. All right. So if you want to be a phoenix, yeah, there's not too much to even say about the phoenix. Either you're a winner or you're not. That's it. That's it. So I'm going to finish up these comments and then I'm going to get up out of here. I think we're still going. Yeah, I don't think we have enough time for anybody to cam up. I don't think anybody even wanted to, but I'm going to get to that point where I want to start dialoguing with you guys about this stuff, because this is not just a credit channel. This is a mindset channel. And I got the idea from AM1. That's the homie right there. Like, I love the change that he's taken in his approach with his channel. It's awesome. You know what I mean? We're all entitled. We could change what we talk about. We could do that. But yeah, reprobata, for sure. We receive what we deserve. All right. It's about to be attached to all that. Some of the stuff I'm not really sure, like, y'all, because I talk a lot. It's hard for me to connect what was said at the time. Thank you so much, Retired 2019. Hey, you're from last time when I was doing live streams. That's dope. That's dope. Thank you for coming back, and like and share if you're still here, for sure. We will improve as we go on. It's kind of hard sometimes to just hop on here and talk about stuff. You don't really know it until you try it without much preparation. But I thank you guys for checking it out. Okay. So I was broke and deep in credit debt back in my 30s, now retired. A lot of 30-year-olds are in that same predicament right now, and they could use a lot of help, to be quite honest. Most of my clients are actually in their 30s, which is interesting. Fish roll is amazing. Yep. See that caviar. You know what's up. There's nothing wrong with sitting and enjoying some caviar. Do not let people think, like, if you're into something, don't let people tell you that it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I like charcuterie. I will sit here and make a charcuterie board and eat that for dinner. And that's it. That's all I need in my life sometimes. It's some people, all they need is a boiled hot dog and they good. And they sitting up in a mansion in the Hollywood Hills. Don't play with people. You know what I'm saying? Don't play with people. Let them like what they like. You know what I'm saying? I like caviar. I will make enough money to have that lifestyle. Don't trip. D. Nixon. Hey. And he meant to say queen. Hey, queen. You know what I'm saying? Filming. Okay, so you must have been talking about when I asked you about your channel. I'm thinking that's what that is. You're the only one that can stand in the way of yours. Yep. So, oh, Kim, if you are still here, sis, you have to come on the live because y'all follow her, Knit by Kimberly. Oh my God. When you see somebody's progress, like when they first start their craft, like you could tell who is a natural talent. This woman right here, she be shooting fire. And I'm like, when did you start your business again? Like, come on now. Has it even been a year? Let's have a real conversation. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about God-given talent. She has it for sure. You have a capital L on her forehead. Yep. The victim for sure. Let's see. And then there's AM1. Go check him out. AM1 creates. And then I'm not sure. Like I said, AM, I don't know if you dropped your link or not, but if you're still here, drop the link in the channel. Because I know you have the other channel. And bro, I'm so sorry, but I can't remember what it was off the top of my head. So if you're still here, leave it in the chat for sure. If you can rent Matt, okay, look, we're gonna have to have a conversation. Y'all, this man don't never stay on topic. Never. And that thumbs up is the wrong color, sir. You know what I'm saying? That is the wrong color. Look at this man's thumbnail and then look at y'all. Oh, let's go back up here. Birds of a feather. Yes. Be very careful of the company that you keep. Be very cognizant of it. That was the thing that I struggled with before I left California. I'm not going to talk about that too deeply because I don't want to offend the people that may think that I'm talking about them. So I'm not going to go too deep into that. I might start a lifestyle channel and then talk about that stuff. Gen Z, yes, soy and anime generation. The issue with them, and a lot of it's not their fault because, you know, with us millennials, we came up in a time where we had typewriters, we know cursive, we know how to read analog clocks. Some of us even know shorthand. You know, we were forced to learn foreign languages in school. I forgot all the stuff I learned, whatever, but there's some people that have held on to it. Actually, T Warrior 1, you guys don't know, he's very fluent in Spanish. I'll be like, dang, all right, son, you know what I'm saying? Looking like a black Cuban. But it's like so many skills that we learned in the millennial generation, Gen Z does not have. You know why? Because they have this. Because they're lovers, they're friends, their whole personality is built off of this thing. That's a pity. Because some of us actually still know what it's like to go outside and play in the dirt. We know what it's like to actually look up and make eye contact and say hello. We know what that's like. Gen Z does not. They don't. You know, that thing is a blessing and a curse. Sorry for them. I'm very sorry for them. They also have electronic girlfriends and robots and stuff that they have sex with. That's their thing. Rise from, yes, the Phoenix. All right. Oh yeah, I think we're at the bottom here. Sweet. All right. Thank you, Tracy Jackson. And I hope that it only gets better as time goes. I swear. Oh, Sean Doe, what is up? It is so cool to see people that were in the chat from like a year ago still here rocking with me because I'm back on the scene, you know? I'm about to be my third. Sean, I don't know why, bro. I thought you were older. I do not know why. That's so crazy. Cool, man. Like, I'm going to be real with you. Even though I'm a woman and they say like, you know, women in their 30s, you know, we're so old, We're so over the hill. I will tell you that I've learned so much more in my 30s. Ah, shit, I just told you I was in my 30s. But I just learned so much more in my 30s than I ever learned in my 20s. Because in my 20s, I was really wrapped up in a whole different kind of lifestyle, and nobody was really there to shine a light on the stuff that I was doing and telling me that I needed to be saving money. I needed to be preparing. I needed to have life insurance. I needed to, if I had a kid, I needed to have a trust for that kid. These are things we're going to talk about in the next video. I'm so excited because the next one is, are your goals realistic? We're going to talk about your goals that you have, that you've set for yourself. We're going to talk about what happens when you share your goals with people that are not on the same frequency as you. What happens when you share your goals with people that are on the same frequency with you? I have experienced both. It's insane. It's like night and day. There is nothing like talking to a person that believes in your dream. Like you can see, I'm getting excited. Oh my God. I have to not go into this too much, but oh my gosh. Look. Okay, I'll get deeper into it the next live, but I love hearing dreams. If you have a dream or idea, I don't care how crazy it is, unless you want to go to the moon or something without a spacesuit on, I think you can accomplish anything you want to do. Because I'm so stoked. Anytime I see somebody that wants to do something out of the ordinary, like even with brother Matt here, Matt living the dream. You know, I don't know all the ins and outs of his life, but this is a guy that left corporate America, left his job, and really pursued a dream. His wife is doing the same thing, and they're over there literally making money doing what they want to do. They don't need the government. You know what I'm saying? They don't need the rent moratorium. They don't need that. You know what I'm saying? They don't need the WIC. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to go buy the Kool-Aid. They ain't got to go buy the cereal. You know what I'm saying? The little Fruit Loops. They ain't got to do that. Because they took care of what they needed to take care of. And that's what we're all going to do this year, right? All right. Now, thank you guys for hanging out so long. We are going to close out once again. This book was originally recommended by Miss Erica Williams, who also shared my video on her somewhere on her YouTube page today. Thank you so much. I love when she does that. She totally gives her people props. But yeah. 177 Mental Toughness Secrets of the World Class by Steve Seibold. Last thing, and we are going to close it out. So this is your action step between now and the next video, if you care to do it. Make a commitment to check delusion at the door. Be honest and ask this critical thinking question. Are my habits, actions, and behaviors congruent with the vision I have for my life? Oh man, I could cry on that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and close it out right here. All right. I hope each one of you watching right now, if you started as a victim, an islander, one who believes he will lose, I hope if you started as any one of those people, that you are going to leave here knowing that you are going to be a phoenix. All right, let's close this out. T does. He does. Yeah, check out T Warrior 1, you guys. Great life. Thank you so much. And just tilled a strip of dirt today, put most of the maple equipment up for the year. Living the dream. That's what I'm talking about. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will see you guys probably sometime in the middle or late next week. I got a busy week ahead, but thank you guys for staying on. And like I said, share this. An hour and a half is a long time to talk. We're going to try to whittle this down to about an hour, but I will see you guys on the next live. All right. Credit Solutionist signing out. See you guys next time.